Good morning, everyone. Reverend Stephanie Wild here, psychic medium and spiritualist minister. I'm here with another miracle moment, and that means that I'm going to read a paragraph from A Course in Miracles, from the text, and then I'm going to put it into ordinary, everyday language and talk a bit about it. So today we're going to do page 663, paragraph 7. All right, so let me read it for you. The concept of the self stands like a shield, a silent barricade before the truth, and hides it from your sight. All things you see are images, because you look on them as though a barrier that dims your sight and warps your vision, so that you behold nothing with clarity. The light is kept from everything you see. At most, you glimpse a shadow of what lies beyond. At least, you merely look on darkness and perceive the terrified imaginings that come from guilt, thoughts, and concepts born of fear. And what you see is hell, for fear is hell. All that is given you is for release. The sight, the vision, and the inner guide all lead you out of hell with those you love beside you and the universe with them. Okay, so all that means is that we have all these ideas about ourselves, and all of those ideas about ourselves come from our thoughts. They come from our ego, and they stand between us and the real reality, the truth of the universe, like a shield. And all that the Course is giving us, all these lessons, all this practice, is to lead us through that barrier so that we can experience the pure love that is the universe. And that's it. So again, it's talking about our ego and our thoughts keeping ourselves from happiness, keeping ourselves from serenity. So let me unpack it. Okay, the concept of the self stands like a shield, a silent barricade before the truth, and hides it from your sight. So the key here is the concept of the self. So that's pure ego, and that should be easy to understand. So if we think we're too good for a certain job, or if we think we're worth more than 2 dates before we have sex with someone, or if we think that we should be spending more time with our kids and we are unworthy to be a parent because of that, or if we think we're nasty for gossiping, or if we think we're evil for not leaving enough of a tip, anything. I mean, these are just random things. All of those conceptions, whether they're positive or negative, make up the concept of our sense of self, and none of that is real. The only thing that is real is the pure love of the universe, and when we connect to that, we are experiencing reality, and we see everyone as pure spirit, including ourselves, and we see us as all connected, and there is no ego. There's no I'm too good for this, or I'm not good enough for that, or I'm better than you, or I'm not as good as you. So that's all that this whole paragraph is saying. All right, but let's continue. It says here, the second sentence, all things you see are images. And it's just like what I was explaining. We're creating everything we see. They're images, images of you, images of me. And our two images are fighting. All things you see are images because you look on them as though a barrier that dims your sight and warps your vision. So you can totally think of it as like a mask you've made, or a puppet, or stained glass. They're just images that warps our vision. Okay, so the light is kept from everything you see. So the light, again, if you've been following along at home, the light is truth. The light is pure love. The light is true vision, seeing the truth. So while we have all these ideas about ourselves and other people, we do not see the light. At most, you glimpse a shadow of what lies beyond. Like, and what I'm imagining is, you know, a stained glass window. We just can sort of see some things that are true through our ego. At least you merely look on darkness, so we just don't see the truth, and perceive the terrified imaginings that come from guilty thoughts and concepts born of fear. Right, so guilt, the Course teaches, is our sense of unworthiness, and concepts born of fear. And fear, the Course teaches, is what we believe we deserve because we are so unworthy. And all of that combined is hell. And it could just be a little taste of hell. You know, you have a really bad day, you cry at work because you feel unworthy, and you think that somehow you're going to get punished. You know, there's this inner sense of dread and terror. But at its worst, people take their own lives, or parts of the personality split, and we don't remember things that happened. That's what happened with me. I remember the moment that I decided that I would face my fears, that I decided that I would face what had happened to me, what I felt had happened to me, meaning the abuse that came from my father, essentially, and the rest of my family. I remember thinking, I'm either going to go down this black hole into hell, or I'm going to stay up here and I'm going to work through it, no matter how scary. And, you know, if you think about it, fear is nothing. Like, what's really going to happen? Is a lightning bolt going to strike us? Are we really going to go? Is the earth going to open up? No, it just feels that way. So if we can take a moment and realize that we're creating our own hell from our thoughts, then that'll be the key to unlock the gates of hell, so that we can walk out and start to see the light and connect with the pure love, connect with Source. And it goes on to say, all that is given you is for release. The sight, the vision, and the inner guide all lead you out of hell with those you love beside you and the universe with them. And that's what happened to me. And it took 40 years and I'm still going. I'm still on my journey, trudging the road of happy destiny. But all that the Course teaches us can lead us out of hell. And all that the Course teaches us is just that our ego creates these thoughts about us and about others that are not real and that are obscuring the truth. And some days are worse than others. Like I said, it took me really 40 years to walk myself out of hell and to find my allies to walk with me, and to understand that all was for my own good and that the universe was really with me. So that's our miracle moment for today. A little bit intense, perhaps, but for anyone who's seeing this, I want you to know that you can walk out of hell. It is within your power. If you are traumatized by something, if you feel like you will not survive it spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, I want you to know that you can, little by little, step by step. I've done it, and I will do it with you if you want me to. But that is why we are here on earth, for spiritual growth, and it is possible. It is possible to walk yourself out of hell. And there are those of us who will join you on that walk. So, amen. And lots of love to everyone today. And I'll see you very soon.